These are the newest overhyped beauty launches, and some of these products are being hyped like they invented makeup itself. So today we're gonna be doing a full face of new beauty products, and we're gonna find out who deserves a roast and who actually earns a toast. And I'm so ready to give you all the real tea.
What's that?
Because as usual, I work for you guys, not these guys. This is a no BS review, just beauty. So let's get into it. Also, welcome to my new beauty setup. What do you guys think? I finally have like professional lighting for once, so hopefully the colors actually stay true to themselves. I'm so in love with this setup, and I finally get to show off all the fun things behind me. I know you guys were probably expecting scammer glam, but I thought it would be fun for new makeup. We do roast or toast, and maybe ghost if like the product is okay. I wanted this to be a really in-depth review because everything here is gonna get a rating for innovation and formula, for shade range, and for packaging and value. Oh, and of course, the wear test. That rating will be at the very end of this video because who cares if your makeup looks amazing now if it looks like shit in a few hours. This whole video is gonna cover everything, and now let's get into it. And for the toast today, YouTube, I'm 27.
I'm a motherfucking star. Look at the paint on the car.
This is not alcohol. This is poppy, and I got this random red glass. So don't cancel me, okay? This is the new CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint SPF 30, and this is probably the most affordable SPF skin tint at the drugstore. It even beats e.l.f., which is really impressive, but e.l.f. is SPF 50 and CoverGirl is SPF 30. Something I think a lot of people don't know is the higher the SPF coverage, the more expensive it usually gets. Like this one I believe has 12% zinc oxide, and this one has 7% zinc oxide, so almost half. CoverGirl retails for $14 and comes in 1 ounce of product, and e.l.f. is $18 but comes in also 1 ounce of product. So CoverGirl is more affordable for the same amount of product, but I also love the shade that I got with e.l.f. So I wanna see if the shade range is any good. I already can tell you right now based on the website, the shade range, I don't know. It looks suspicious, but I guess let's find out. Give it a good shake, fam. But the one thing that did intrigue me about the CoverGirl is that they had a few olive shades. So this is 435 medium olive. Ooh, okay, so a little bit light for me. Then the next shade is 440 medium rich. Those two shades right next to each other. And then it jumps to 445 medium rich warm. Are you serious? Are you looking at these two shade jumps? Girl. Ew. I'm probably gonna have to mix both these shades just to make it work, but I can already tell you the shade range, I already give it like a 2 out of 5. In 2025, there should not be jumps like this, especially for a $100 million brand. CoverGirl's been around since the 80s, so I'm just mixing 440 and 435 together. And something that I also want to note is that in order to get the advertised SPF protection, you literally need like the Meredith Duxbury amount of product. So even with SPF skin tints, I always layer a regular SPF underneath it. This is supposed to also be a matte blurring formula, which I'm really excited about. The e.l.f. one definitely leaned a little bit glowy. I'm just gonna use my fingers and see what it looks like blended in. Ooh, it's very smooth. I feel like it definitely has, yeah, silicones in here to kind of give it that blurring effect. So I would not recommend this for dry skin girlies because she's matte. Even though this is a skin tint, it's pretty full ass coverage. Like look at the before and the after. I wanna see if I can build it up right where I have that spot right there. Okay, yeah, and it's buildable coverage. Actually, so far, I like the formula. I do have combo skin. It's not picking up any of my dry patches here. I wanna see how this will apply with a brush. A matte formula. If you put on a ton of this product, I can already tell I feel like it's gonna be cakey. Okay, so far, now for the ratings, I give this a 2 out of 5 for the shade range. For innovation and formula, I actually feel like for a skin tint and an SPF skin tint, I give this a 4 out of 5. Because there's very few skin tint options out there for the oily and combo skin girlies that actually look really matte. But if you are a sweaty, oily gal, I feel like this will actually look good, but we're gonna only be able to know that in the wear test at the end of the video. And for packaging and value, I think for $14, I give it a 5 out of 5. It's cheaper than e.l.f. It's the most affordable SPF skin tint at the drugstore. So I feel like it deserves a 5 out of 5 with packaging and value. But overall, I'm going to ghost. The next one we have that everyone has been raving about is the new L'Oreal Skin Ink Concealers. This has gone so freaking viral. And I'm not gonna lie, this is actually gonna be my third time trying out this concealer because I could not get this concealer to work for me. It looked like shit. And I'm the target audience. I have oily combo skin. But today I'm gonna try it out for you guys again, but this time with a 4K camera and only like underneath my eyes. I'm gonna use shade 290. I found this concealer to either run a little bit yellow or a little bit like ashy. I just couldn't find like a good shade for me, which is also strange because L'Oreal has some really good shades. This might be a hot take, but in my opinion, everyone who has loved this L'Oreal Skin Ink Concealer either has like poreless skin or uses a filter, or they've not done a wear test for this product. One of my mutuals on TikTok, Javon Ford, who I love for information, he's a cosmetic chemist, also mentioned that this concealer is a little bit like a liquid lipstick. So you have to like blend it really fast. So I'm gonna like be like Superman fast to see maybe if that will help. I don't know, that you could see right there, that was one layer of concealer and it barely did shit for my dark circles. I'm gonna see if I can build this up again, but not only do you have to blend fast, but it also doesn't have the best coverage. I don't know why, like, oh my God, no, you can already see it's getting a little patchy. I don't know, y'all, I don't know. It's got barely any coverage, shitty shade range, a little bit patchy, it wears really badly. I just think this might just be no. I give up on this concealer. Like, look at that, I don't know, it's like kind of separating a little bit in this area right here. I don't know if that's catching on camera. I think it's a little better now that I like really blended it out, but it just looks so like, it looks so dry. Even though it's a drugstore, this concealer is also not like $5. This concealer is about in the $20 price range. And for that price, I will probably buy something else. I give this a 2 out of 5 for shade range, a 3 out of 5 for innovation and like formula. Because I see what L'Oreal was trying to do here, but I just don't think it was executed, at least for like the average consumer. I give it a 3 out of 5 for value for price. It also just kind of feels like there's something under my eyes right now. I hate it. And it's sticky. Oh my God, it's sticky, y'all. It's unfortunately getting a roast. If you wanna look like Mars, dusty, dry, crusty, and full of craters, this would be the concealer that I would recommend for you. Using powder as concealer is probably better than using the L'Oreal Skin Ink Concealer at this point.
Stay away.
Might be cheating because we haven't had any toast yet, but I need a toast. I need a toast for running my mouth from all those roasts. It's making my throat dry. The next product that I have is the new Say Beauty Slip Tint Powder. I haven't seen that many people talk about this product, but I wanted to review it today because it claims to be a really good setting powder for drier skin. It retails for $32 and it's supposed to be non-comedogenic. It's long wearing and it's talc free, which is honestly really impressive because if it claims to be blurring and talc free, that's a little suspicious. It has 5 shades. I feel like it could do a few more. So right off the bat for the shade range, I'm giving it probably a 3.5 out of 5. I think it could do better. It's not that bad, but I'm using shade 3, which is a little bit of like a goldeny color. Ooh, so this is like a baked powder, which I actually really like. Whoa, okay. Okay, I was not expecting that to be like actually really pigmented. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like it's actually like slightly shimmery.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
No, I really didn't want this to be another roast. No. Hi, Mia wants to join the depression station today. She wants to say hi. Say hi. It's my child. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I have you guys zoomed in real close, but I'm gonna apply just a hair more, but I really do feel like it's slightly shimmery. Does it have like mica in it? Usually if it has mica in it, that's why it's like a little bit shimmery. Yeah, mica. No! I don't get why some brands are making powders shiny. Powders are meant to set the face, not really like a mattifying powder. Now this is just pulling out like every pore and crater that I have on my face. So here we are in natural lighting. I feel like, yeah, you can see still like the L'Oreal just looks, oh my God, yeah, look at this. It's so patchy right here. And all the pores and all the hairs on my face, to me, just looks so much more pronounced. And look at that. You could see like the luminosity. And my face is completely matte right now. Okay, now for the official rating, I give this a 3.5 for the shade range, a 2 for innovation and formula. It's kind of giving chalky and a little bit glittery. I don't know any dry skin person that would enjoy that. And for $32, I feel like you could get drugstore makeup at that price point. And Milani has some really great baked options. So I give that a 1. Oh no, that means it's another roast. You know who this powder would be great for? Tin Man on The Wizard of Oz. That's the only place that it deserves to be. I don't want to leave this on a bad note, so for my dry skinned folks who are looking for a good mattifying setting powder, Kosas Cloud Set. Trust me, I've used like 5 of these at this point. This is also around the same price as Say Beauty. It's made in Italy, it's a baked formula, it has a few more shades, and it doesn't have any like glowy ingredients, unless you like a glowy powder. Am I the only one who thinks a powder should not be glowy? I'm gonna be honest with you, I just know that with this powder, I'm not gonna be able to give you guys a actual honest wear test. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna reapply the CoverGirl and the L'Oreal, and I'm gonna come back because I just know this is just gonna make it look like shit at the end of the day. It's just not worth it. I just redid my base, and at least everything's looking a little less crusty. But on the bright side, something I realized is I probably should not be reviewing liquid blush with powder underneath it. So it all worked out at the end of the day. Next we have the NYX Fat Cheeks Juicy Plump Oil Blushes. This is the new one that's been going viral that everyone's been talking about. Claims to be 12-hour wear, 24-hour hydration, and it has some really fun shades. Barely anyone launches a purple blush. I'll be honest, I just tried out the purple blushes, so today I'm gonna be trying out the orange and pink ones for you guys. But if you guys want to see these shades, I'll probably link it here for you guys. It'll probably be already posted on YouTube Shorts. From a shade range perspective, I think it's pretty good because there's a few shades that are really bright that'll probably work for deeper skin tones, and a few fairer shades that will work for lighter skin tones as well. And the price for $10, it has 0.2 ounces of product, which is also really good. Comparable to Rare Beauty and e.l.f. I think I'm first gonna go in with the shade Bouncin' Berry. It has like this giant doe foot applicator, but I don't usually love to apply blush straight to my cheeks because I find that, I don't know, I just get scared. So I wouldn't usually reach for like this neon pink shade, but I feel like it's way more pigmented than the purple shades. Like, that's really pretty. I had to like dig in 3 times to get like a really solid color payoff for the purple shades. These almost kind of look like watercolor blushes, if that makes sense. Super thin, buildable pigment. I think I'm gonna ombre it with this shade. Oh, that's such a pretty shade. Okay, NYX always does color good. Overall, I give the shade range a 5. I feel like everyone's gonna find a shade here. I give formula and innovation a 4. I think like it's thin, it's juicy, but it's not like greasy. I actually really like the formula. And price for value, I give that a 5. $10 with a decent amount of product. NYX is doing us good. Overall, NYX, you deserve a toast. Yay, my first toast. I've been thirsty. Cheers. Okay, because the Say one was so bad, I have to reset my face. So at least I can show you guys the Kosas powder. Using shade Pillowy. It's just a really nice soft matte powder, especially after all the matte like skin tint and concealer that I just put on. Next we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. All right, did you guys see the discourse on this? I have to stop reviewing this brand after this. I've just been so bored of like the ABH products. Like ABH used to be such a revolutionary brand, and now she's arguing with people in the comments saying that her bronzers are not ashy when they were clearly giving ashy on dark skin. She retails for $38 and only has 0.35 ounces, so that's $108 per ounce. Quite a pretty penny, so this better be a godly bronzer. It comes in 7 shades. The swatches on the Sephora site and on Trend Mood were really questionable. But I did end up buying like a more medium shade because they only had 4 shades in store. Like, and if I'm gonna be buying a $38 bronzer, I wanna be able to test the product at Sephora. I hope this is my shade. This shade is Sunset Sizzle, and it claims to be a gel to powder hybrid. Anastasia was bragging about how this product doesn't really have much fallout. It seems pretty smooth and very pigmented. So I guess we'll see about that. Oh, Girl, it's giving patchy. You know when it's patchy, when the center part kind of looks a little bit like dusty and the perimeters start looking a little more like a bronzer. Okay, also, right off the bat, I just put my brush in the pan and there is fallout, so no fallout my ass. Oh my God, I just looked. This is the second to darkest shade. And me being your second to darkest shade is ridiculous. Okay. Is it giving anything?
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
A little bit. It's giving something. I thought for some reason, I think I probably need maybe one shade deeper. So here's the before and here's the after. Overall, I don't think this is the worst shade for me. I personally, my preference is a little bit deeper. I don't think it's also like the worst bronzer, but for $38 and for the shade range, I give it a 2 out of 10 for shade range. Also a 2 out of 10 for innovation and formula. It's just a regular powder bronzer. To me, there was nothing extremely special in here to make it like memorable. And also a 2 out of 10 for price per value. Unfortunately, she's getting a roast. ABH overall, I think just needs to stay in 2016 and not come back. I'm tired. Every launch after launch after launch has just been no. No. The next product that we have today is the new Morphe Nano Brow. Does that sound familiar to you? I've been living for Morphe's rebrand, and I believe this is supposed to be like a dupe of the Kosas Nano Brow that's been like viral. This is not a first impression. I've actually been using this for a few weeks now, and overall, I really like the product. It's got a really thin tip. So you could make really thin strokes and lines, which is really, really nice. But this is $11 and Kosas is $22. So I am here for it. It also has like a brush on the other end too, which is nice. Like you can kind of see it. Look at the before and the after. It gave it some really good shape. It has 6 shades. I use shade Chocolate Mousse, which is the darkest shade. I feel like 6, 7 shades is pretty standard for a brow pencil. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 for shade range. I give it a 3 out of 5 for innovation and formula, only because it is a dupe. I feel like if you're duping someone else, is it really innovative? But the price per value, she gets a 5 out of 5. She gets a 5 out of 5. And that means another toast. Thank God, I've been thirsty. Toast to the new Morphe Nano Brow. We have the new r.e.m Beauty Fembot collection. I need this on my like whole face right now. I already know that I feel like this is gonna eat. I almost forgot the highlighter. I'm so excited. Look at this, look at this. Oh my God. I rarely scream for a product, but I think this deserves a scream. The bundle retails for $75 and it comes with a glitter eyeshadow, the highlighter, the lip gloss, and then the glossy balm. I'm not usually a highlighter gal.
What's this?
But I'm first gonna try the highlighter. Oh, I kinda wanted to be friends today. Look at that. That looks stunning. And I feel like for this, I want some precision. So I'm using my Sephora Collection concealer brush and I always put it on the back of my hand first. I'm scared. But just because like I don't wanna, oh my God, that concealer. Look at that concealer. I wanna see how this looks over this fat cheeks. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens if I put it like, okay, yeah. I think you're gonna, this is a product you probably have to go straight in with it. It like shifts like blue, if that makes sense. It's like a bluey, pinky shade. I will say on this side, it's slightly taken off the blush underneath. So, maybe apply it the way that I was doing it the first time. I'm not loving that, but on this side it looks fine. For the eyeshadow, oh, look at that. I need this on my eyes right now. I love that she came out with a powder version. If you buy it single, it retails for $22, which is around, oh, that's pretty, which is around the price of the Urban Decay one, but this one, oh my God. This one's way more pigmented. Like she's full coverage. As a makeup collector and someone who loves like glitter, I think this is gorgeous. I think the shade is so, so beautiful. I'm only gonna try one of these because I feel like they're both just lip products. Their Glossy Bomb retails for $19, which I think is pretty, again, standard. I wanted to give this level of shimmer. Please give, oh, okay. Wouldn't say it's like this part, ooh, okay. I can see it a little bit better on my top lip. You know what, I'm actually gonna try this one now. This is the plumping gloss. Look at that, oh, I'm excited. I think this one's gonna pack up a little bit more of a punch. Ooh, this formula is really thin. I'm praying it's not hella spicy. So I definitely think this one's a little bit more sparkly, glittery, and I am a glitter girl. So, of the collection, these two are definitely my favorites. Like, this doesn't deserve a shade range rating because there's only one shade, so I'm not gonna rate it for shade range. I feel like for formulation, I give it a 4 out of 5. I feel like this eyeshadow in particular was really smooth, super pigmented, it's not patchy, and it packs a punch. It's stunning. And this lip formula is really thin. It almost feels like a lip oil. I really like it as well. Price per value though, I give it a 3 out of 5 just because I do know that really duochrome glittery eyeshadows like this are more expensive to make, so I give it a 3 out of 5. But overall, we are toasting to r.e.m beauty. We love it. We love to see it. We also love to see color and like unique shades in a land of clean girl makeup. I'm bored of clean girl makeup. Am I the only one? The next product we have here is the new Sachu Beauty Eyeliner Stain. This is crazy. And it claims to be waterproof, sweat resistant, long wearing, and it comes in 2 shades, and it retails for $14, which I actually think is not that bad considering the NYX Epic Ink is $10. I kind of love the angled tip, so I want to see if that makes it easier to do my eyeliner. I feel like Sachu Beauty has been on a roll recently, and I feel like this is like going on pretty smoothly without any skipping. I feel like that was really easy to get my inner corner, and because she is someone of East Asian descent, I'm assuming she made it to help the girls with the epicanthic fold reach that inner corner part right here. That's why it's kind of like bent here. I think this is really cool. I just did the other eye and it did not dry up while I was applying it. Overall, I really like this eyeliner, but I want to see if the stain actually stains. For the shade range, I feel like it's not applicable with eyeliner. It has a black and a brown. I feel like that's kind of standard, so I'm not gonna rate this. For innovation and formula, this gets a 5 out of 5. I think this is really cool. I love the like bent applicator. Again, if you're someone with an epicanthic fold, this could be really helpful for you. And for the price, for $14, I give this a 4 out of 5. I think that it's $14, which is a prestige price point, with the innovative like packaging, and hopefully it lives up to like the staying power. I'm really excited about this product. Sachu, you deserve a toast. Toasting to Sachu Beauty. Okay, before we move on to lips, I have something really interesting to try for you guys today. This is the Lily Lashes No Glue Needed Body Heat Activated. So these lashes have no glue. I'm curious to see if this will actually stay on, and also like how it actually like sticks to your like lashes. I guess we're gonna find out. I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara, but I'm not gonna curl my lashes. This style of lash looks really pretty, so I'm really excited. Okay, so these are kind of sticky. So I guess maybe they were trying to say like it already had glue, and I don't know.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
We're just gonna put them on and see what it gives. I wonder if it'll last all day. Okay. I don't know what heat activated means. Probably should have read the instructions, honestly. Okay, peel and stick. Wow. Really? So I did give this a slight clamp with a curling rod. I feel like that actually fused the lashes together. Like these look really good. I will say heat activated, I don't know. It was already like glued. So I would say like pre-glued lash is more like what it is rather than heat activated. From a rating perspective, obviously there's no shade range, so we're not including that. From an innovation perspective, I give it a 3 out of 5. I feel like pre-glued lashes have always kind of been around. For the price for value though, I give it like a 2 because it is $16. It maybe even 1. It gets a 1 for $16. So far, I think I'm gonna ghost. Finally, for the lips, I have some fun shit. Prada has been coming out with some crazy stuff lately. This is a yellow lip balm, and it's supposed to have gold flicks in it, and it's $50. I've seen so many influencers love this product, Prada Banana Yellow Lip Balm. I'm not a hater for like all luxe products, but I don't know, yellow lip balm, really? I'm just gonna shut up and try it. Okay. Oh, so it actually has a decent amount of sparkle, and it's a very, very glossy. I got some in my mouth and it tastes like Prada. I don't know how to explain that.
I don't even know what that means.
Very, very scented. It's more scented than probably any lip balm I own for $50. For like a gold lip balm, I don't have the rest of the shades, so we're not evaluating shade range. From Innovation and Formula, I give it a 2 out of 5. It has like a really, it's like really soft, but at the same time, I just know this is not a formulation that's going to last on the lips. And for price, it gets a 0. A 0 for price. So this is getting a roast. For $50, you might as well get yourself a nice banana pudding dinner. That was a terrible roast, but I think you get the point. I don't think it's worth it. Next, we have the new ColourPop Hydra Pop Lip Stain, and these are heart-shaped, come in 7 beautiful pinky shades and retail for $9, which is really good. I feel like the darker, punchier shades are more likely to like stain and be longer lasting. So I want to see what the performance is gonna be for like a lighter mauve-y shade. So this is the shade Juice Box, and it's more of like a pinky mauve shade. Ooh, I feel like that's gonna be really pretty on my skin tone. Look at that stain. I'm excited. I need to put this on my lips now. And they came out with like a magnetic like attachment for this. I don't know where mine went. I'm just gonna put this on. Ooh, right off the bat, this is definitely more pink than I was expecting. It's more of like a mid-tone pink rather than a mauve. And it's not as hydrating as I thought it would be. It's kind of more of like your classic jelly stain. It dried down like pretty fast. So I'll probably have to put something over it to keep my lips like nice and hydrated, but we're still gonna do a wear test to see how this lasts because I'm really curious, especially for $9. And look how cute this packaging is. Now for the ratings, I feel like from a shade range perspective, it's pretty good, but they did lean on the more like pinky shade range. And I feel like pinks are pretty easy to stain, so I give it a 4 out of 5. For Innovation and Formula, I give it a 3 out of 5. I feel like it's a standard lip stain, and it kind of did dry down. I would have loved to see a lip stain from ColourPop that still was like juicy, and I just know, give it like an hour, my lips are gonna be thirsty. And for the price per value, I give that a 5 out of 5. I feel like for $9 and for the amount of product you're getting, I think it's really good. We're gonna toast to ColourPop. And we're also gonna see, I guess, with this toast, if it's transfer resistant. Okay. I guess a little bit of the stain came off. But of course, once you take like the top layer off, you're kind of left with this like really pretty pinky stain. I can already tell you right now, this L'Oreal concealer looks like absolute shit. It is like crumbling on me. And I've maybe had this on for 3 hours at this point. So I'm gonna be back in about 6 to 8 hours, and we're gonna see how the rest of this is gonna fare. And we're also gonna get into the hot tub in the pool. So this is really gonna be a wear test.
1 eternity later.
It's been about 7 hours. Do you want the good news first or the bad news? I think I'll start with the good news. I just zoomed the camera in real close, but I feel like the blush looks really good. Like this performed really well. My brows barely like moved at all. Eyeshadow. I've been getting compliments on this eyeshadow all day. It looks gorgeous and no creasing. And finally, the eyeliner. I feel like this eyeliner, it did slightly smudge ever so slightly here when I like rubbed my eye. So I would say this is the only one that I would give a 4 out of 5 wear test. Oh, I forgot. Of course, the lip stain. I drank multiple meals and she's still there. The stain is still there. Now for the bad news. I feel like you can already tell what I'm gonna say. You see this line right here? That is from this bad boy. Like this I thought would wear a lot better than it actually did. I feel like it's supposed to be like mattifying, but I look pretty oily. I usually like a lot of CoverGirl products, but this is not my favorite. Also because I had to mix, so I give this a 3 out of 5 for the wear test. But I think the worst thing in this entire wear test that I give a 0 is this L'Oreal. It claims to be 48-hour wear. It's not even giving 7-hour wear. Look at this. Do you see that? Ugh, this needs to go back to the lab. I don't know what they did here. I think the bronzer kind of disappeared, but we already kind of gave this a roast, so no need to mention that. You might be wondering, where did the lashes go? I had to take them off. Around like hour 5, it was sitting really heavy. It was just getting really uncomfortable. Like usually I could sustain lashes pretty well, but this was just, I don't know what it was. And the moment I took them off, my eyes started watering and it was just so itchy. So this wears, again, a 2 out of 5 or a 1 out of 5. I just not a fan. Overall, I think this is actually one of the worst wear tests that I've had in such a long time. You can go, it's gone back to like showing this like pimple I have over here. I need to take this off. I'm sorry I didn't last the full like 8 to 10 hours, but it has to go. It has to go. I know we usually have our Scam or Glam series on like debunking viral makeup products, but let me know what you guys think about a roaster toast once a month for a full face of new makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys really enjoyed this video, be sure to give your girl a like, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, and cheers!